Okay, thanks for joining. As per usual, I'll just remind people to be aware of their bodies. Just generally, is a very general recommendation while we do the class. I'm not really there close to you, so you all have to be your own judges of your own bodies, yeah, and just listen to the body and just don't harm yourselves. After that, we'll just go into a moment of silence or internal silence, bring ourselves to the moment. For that, we can close our eyes, just keep them open. Just try and have your spine stacked up on itself. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Breathing normally and just becoming aware of your breathing. And then for the next hour, we'll try and keep a semblance of this awareness, although as we know, the body will take us away, but we'll try and remind you from time to time to try and just be aware of ourselves. So let's start just by warming up as usual, the shoulders, bringing in, bringing our arms up. Just a nice, big, deep breath, shoulders up towards the ceiling, stretching the side bodies, breathing out, palms down, and just release. Breathing in, arms up. Stretching up to the ceiling. And breathing out, palms down. One last time, breathing in, palms up. Filling up the lungs, really trying to feel the lung capacity to the maximum. Just lower the right hand side as you breathe out. Stretch the left side even further up as you breathe in. Breathe out, left side goes down. Breathe in, right hand goes up or right arm goes up, fill up the lungs. Breathe out, stretch both arms against each other. Breathe in, continue stretching. Breathe out, right hand down as well. Right hand goes on the right side and we bend to the right. Just in your own breathing at your own pace, maybe 2 or 3 breaths here. Try and check that you're not falling forward. You're just on the side, and to do that, maybe we can try and look under our arms. On the next in-breath, both arms up. Next out breath, left hand side, left hand on the floor and right hand over the ears. Gaze at the sky or the ceiling. A couple of breaths here. Each out breath, we can go a little bit deeper. The next in breath, both arms up. Next out breath, right hand, left knee, twist to the left. Couple of breaths here, so you continue breathing as you continue twisting. Maybe the left hand can be on your coccyx, the lower back, and you can just use both hands to do a little bit of leverage here if you feel warm enough already, or that you're ready warm to do this twist. Next in breath, both arms up. Out breath, left hand, right knee, and we twist to the right. Once again, you can use the right hand on the lower back, on the coccyx, and you can pull to the twist. Continue breathing, continue twisting. Next in breath, both arms up. And hands down. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow here on the sitting position. Again, just let the arms slide as we open the chest, take the chin up, hips forward, filling the lungs, and then breathing out, we round the back, shoulders forward, chin to chest, and we tip the hips forward. Breathing in, breathing out. I meant tipping the hips back. Breathing in, just arching and rounding. That's the best way I find it to describe it. Arching and rounding. Arching and breathing out, rounding. Coming back to neutral, and we come out of that one and we go on to all fours. From here, we're going to do a little bit more cat-cow, but slightly less orthodox. And for that, we're going to take our hands about 45 degrees to our left. So we still have a shoulder width on the arms, hips width on the knees, and then we do a few cat-cows, which means tummy down, chin up, tailbone up, breathing in, breathing out, rounding the spine as you get the chin to the chest and the hips rolling forward. Breathing in. So this is just a cat-cow, breathing out. Obviously with the spine already bent, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Coming back to neutral, hands in neutral, and then hands to the right. I'm going to do it at an angle here just because I've got the wall there. So I still have 45 degrees the hand to the line of the legs, and then breathing in, cow, breathing out, cat. Breathing in, cow, breathing out, cat. Breathing in, cow, breathing out, cat. Last time, breathing in, cow, breathing out, cat. Back to neutral, feet or knees and arms in neutral, so our spine is in neutral. And now we're going to do a little bit of like, use our spine as a skipping rope. So I'm going to take the spine to the left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down. And then rather than trying to think of it, it's probably better to just feel it. So I tend to close my eyes, then I imagine or feel as if my spine was a skipping rope. And I've got somebody at the top of my head and somebody at my tail. Actually, it's doing holding the rope, and we skip. And then you can use your breath if you want to. That would be breathing out on the up or the rounding and breathing in on the arching. 2 more times. And then whenever you find it convenient, you go the other way and we skip the other way. So this is really nice to just completely make the spine flexible. And as I said, if you close your eyes, it does tend to feel better than it looks. Okay, and then we come back to the middle. And then the last one, which those who have been with me for a while know, is just an ad lib. Yeah, just feel your spine from the tip of the head to the back of the tail. Just do any shape, a little bit of a wriggle, wiggle, writhe and scythe, as it were. It's just any position. Just move any which way your spine from the top of the head to the back of the neck. And it just feels really nice because it's actually one of the few total ad libs that we have in the class, and it's good for the spine. And we finish from there. Okay, from there we're going to go straight on to side planks. I always make a big thing about the strength of the shoulders, and because it's important to have strong shoulders. So in this case, instead of a plank where the weight is on both shoulders and wrists, it's going to be on one. So if this is too much for you, I encourage you to just always keep the knee there rather than putting all the weight. Yeah. So the right hand is going to be really not directly below the shoulder because it's with too much strain. I tend to put it about 10 centimeters to make a gentle angle. And then, as I say, you can do it from here. If your shoulders still need strengthening, or we can strengthen. I mean, you can stretch both legs, but I've got an echo here now. So do the side plank there. To mute this thing. So we're on side plank. Yeah, the classic one would be stacking the feet, but you're totally welcome to actually put one in front of the other, which is what I'm personally going to do. And then from there, obviously, the shoulder has to be strong. If it's not, we'll put the knee down. The core and all the side muscles are going to have to also do some work there. And then left arm goes up. Try and stretch the shoulders. See if you can have this straight line from head down to the feet. And we're just going to hold these for a few seconds for the first. And we're going to do, 2 or 3 rounds. 3, 2, and stretch the arms away from each other. And 1 knee down. And we change side. Maybe every change, you can move your wrist to give it mobility and more flow. And then we do the other side. Same again, you can do the classic, or you can stack the feet in front of each other. And we're on the left side. Okay, this, as you know, in itself is a very, very strong position. The shoulders doing a lot of work, which is good. We try and strengthen it. We try and stack it up in a nice position, strong position, and not collapsing. 3, 2, and 1 knee down. And then we take a teeny weeny break. Give our wrists a little break there, maybe the shoulders. And then we're going to do second part a little bit more dynamically. So second time. Again, if it's getting too much, you can do it like this. If not, we're going to do the full plank. And then this time we're going to lower the hips down and then bring them up with the left arm going in the same direction. So down and up, down, up. So as you can see, this is now also strengthening all our side muscles. 2 more times. Knee down and come out of that side. And we go to the other side. So left hand, remember, is a little bit further away from the position of our shoulders to give the shoulder a more natural position there. And then arm up, breathe out, hip down, breathe in, hip up and shoulder over the ear. Breathe out, in, breathe out. Two more. Neutral, knee down and rest. Move your wrists. Move the shoulders. And the third variation is going to be on one leg. So it's going to be this one here. Yeah. So if it's too much, again, just take your pick here, or we take the right foot forward. So all the weight is on the left leg. We're going to be doing a lot of work on that leg and on this, and then we take the side plank with the leg up. You can also put the leg just forward, resting. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee down, and we go to the other side. So from a nice strong position, then we put the knee forward, the leg forward. 5, 4, open the chest, 3, 2, 1, knee down and rest. The sweaty part of the heat here, still quite hot, but it's nice. Okay, we've missed now the last 2 weeks our core work. So we're going to do a little bit of core at the beginning, because at the end, I'll probably miss it. So let's go on the core work. So initially, we'll do the easiest version, which is hands under the knees, and we just take our feet off the floor. The back is straight, hopefully. We're not curving, and the chest is forward. And the second version is hands out, and third version is knees straight, or as straight as you can. But try to have the rest of the body straight, yeah, the spine straight. And from there, we breathe out as we open the body. Breathe in as we go back to boat. Breathe out, breathe in. 3 times. Open the boat, close the boat. Open the boat, close the boat. Open the boat, close the boat. 3, 2, and come forward, cross your legs, and rest for a moment. Maybe you can stretch a little bit the core there. Give it some blood flow, as we do a second version of the exercise. So this time we go again back to the boat. Maybe you're doing it with your hands behind your knees. Maybe you're doing it with the hands free. And then I'm going to come down slowly in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping the legs up and the shoulders up. Yeah, we haven't finished here. So this is now all core, but now we're including the top core part as well. And now from here, arms out in front of you without touching the ground. Shoulders are off the ground. And the right leg goes right up. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Don't forget, right leg down, left leg up. So this is now asymmetrical, which is good. And we should be feeling the lower core really working, and the top part of the core. Change legs. Change legs. Now both legs up and hands to the feet. Try and touch your feet. I know most of us won't reach, but it's the intent. So I'm lifting my shoulders off the ground. Maybe my coccyx off the ground. 3, 2, and release everything to the ground. And open the core while we relax for 3 breaths here. Really relax, yeah, really let go. Come back up, hopefully through the side, or preferably through the side. And we're going to come to our feet. So that was a quick floor session today. We come up to our feet, yeah? The feet, we're going to work on the legs as we like to do every time. So start with a goddess pose. So this is like the cowboy pose, or whatever, people have many names for it, but it's basically goddess feet. So it's again, the knees are following the natural movement to the feet, yeah? And then arms out. See how the hips is we're trying to bring the hip forward. Tendencies to do this, we try and bring it just naturally or gently forward, and arms out. This means we're opening the chest, shoulders back, hips forward, and we're opening the hips. And then for a little dynamic work here, we're going to breathe out. No, sorry, breathe in, stretching the arms and the legs. Big cross. Breathe out deep into your pose. Breathe in, stretching arms and legs. Long breaths. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, stretching arms and legs, hips and shoulders. Breathe out. 2 more times. Close your eyes, maybe. In. Hold the goddess pose there. Open your eyes and let's do an eagle arm. So right arm under left arm. Maybe a big hug here. Or if you want to interlace your arms, you can do the eagle arms. Legs are getting strong or strengthening, and the shoulders are stretching. Continue breathing. The next out breath, we open our arms. Left arm under the right arm, big hug, or interlace your arms. Continue breathing. Continue going deep into your legs position. Release the arms, hands on hips, and release the legs. Just rest the legs for a moment. We're going to go back into it, but just let the blood flow back in. And then going back to that goddess pose, we're going to do a twist. This is, I find, is quite a powerful twist, so I encourage you to do it with delicacy, or at least with awareness. So right hand, we lock the right arm, the left arm is just looser than the left knee. And then we're going to take the left shoulder towards the right knee, and this creates a very deep twist. If you keep the legs solid, it creates a very deep twist on the spine. So let's do that with awareness. So lock right arm, right elbow towards left knee, and then just twist at your own pace, at your own level, with your own consciousness. Breathing in. Left arm locks, right shoulder, left knee. Breathing out. Breathing in. Right arm locks to the left. Breathing in. Each time we can go a little bit deeper with lots of awareness. Left side locks, twist to the right. 2 more times. Breathing out to the left. Breathing in, locking left arm to the right. Breathing in, center neutral, hands on hips, and come up. And we wiggle our hips a little bit, shoulders, and everything. Right, from the horse position to straight legs, side opening. Yeah, now this is again, you find, in fact, this time we're going to have the feet facing forward. Again, this is going to be in a way that your knees are allowing and feeling they're locked. And then we're just going to come down to halfway, yeah? Just to a parallel to the ground, just folding on, like we do with the forward fold, folding on the hips. And we're just gonna go to halfway. I'm gonna have my blocks ready because I like having the blocks for these types of poses. So I'm actually only parallel to the ground at the moment. We're gonna go deeper into it, but there's no rush. We're gonna try and first stretch the back of the legs here, the glutes, up to the lower back, the back chain of muscles. So we should still feel that. Our knees are locked. Our feet are really like suction pads on the ground, so we're not tipping forward, we're not collapsing outwards. Really feel that your ankles are doing work in order to keep it planted on the ground. As I say, the knees are locked, hips are folded. And then now we all want to go down to do more stretching. Instead of going down, let's challenge ourselves and go forward with our arms. We're going to try and do like a downward dog with the arms, and a side split with the legs. I'm trying to take my arms as far forward as I can, keeping the hips folded. And then now I can try and take the shoulders between the chest between my arms towards the ground. And then just stretch, yeah, holding your legs strong. If the legs begin to collapse, then we come further up. Everything should be strong, otherwise we have to come up one notch. And then from there, what we're going to try and do is get the right arm onto the left ankle, yeah? So this is a twist. So keeping the left arm where it is, I'm going to take my right arm to the left ankle. Or left shin. I mean, it depends where you can reach. In my case, it's the shin, but I'm going to use that hand to pull myself through under my left arm. Maybe each out breath, we can go a little bit deeper. Coming back towards that top part, downward dog of the arms and side splits of the legs. Now remember, left hand moves, right hand stays still. Left hand goes to the right shin or the right ankle, whatever you can grab. In my case, right shin, and then pull. There's a lovely twist here. Back to the middle. Forward, hands forward, hands forward. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands towards the front of your head, and then pushing with your hands. Close the feet as we come to a standing position. Okay, so that's a nice stretch. We're going to do a second version of it. So wiggle, move your hips, move your knees. Second version, yeah? Again, side splits, feet facing forward in a natural, strong way. And then this time, yes, okay, let's just first fold around the hips, and then continue taking your chest towards the floor. Maybe at this point we can open our legs further to our maximum. And again, I love to have my blocks around, so I can try and get maybe elbows down to the blocks, to the floor. Some people can get their forehead to the ground. In Ashtanga, I think they're very keen to get the top of the head on the floor, but just at your own pace. It's just a classic forward fold, side splits. And then why not lift up halfway up, adjust your feet to go to one leg. So grab the left shin, and then try and take that tummy to the left thigh and the chest to the left knee. Coming back to the middle, going to the other side once again. I'm going to try and lift up a little bit so I can get my tummy into my right thigh and my chest towards the right knee, and then just fold onto that leg. Back to the middle, always using our hands really to hold. This is not a strength asana. Yeah, sometimes we do strength, in which case we lock all our spine to take the weight, but right now we are actually just doing stretching. So the last version of this exercise is going to be a twist. So let's do, again, adjust your feet so that you can do this twist. Left hand in front of your face. I'm going to adjust a little bit higher so I can actually take my right shoulder, right arm to the right. Release. Right hand in front of my face. Left shoulder to the left. 3 breaths. Each breath going deeper. Release to the center. Maybe just enjoy one last stretch here before we come up. Maybe dangle all your torso in front of you like a rag doll. 3, 2, hands in front of you. Walk your feet in as you come up. And once again, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, let's move on to balance poses. You know how much we love doing some balance poses in every class. So first one, very simple. Let me see, I forget the name. Flamingo pose. Yeah, so actually, while we're still unstretching our legs, let's do some toe works, yeah, before we're preparing, as we prepare. So bring our toes up as we prepare for the flamingo. Let's bring our toes up just for a nice tightening of the feet, yeah. Toes up. Feel how your arches are arching up, how all the muscles on your lower legs are pulling as if you were doing something with your hands, and then release the toes. Now grip. I try and grip the edge of the mat just to feel as if I'm actually grabbing something. So with my toes, I'm gripping the edge of the mat. Oh, see if I can lift it up. Oh. I'm not going to, but just pretend. And then release. So we go to flamingo. So strong right leg. Again, find the natural position of your foot in relation to your hip. And then have all the weight on that right leg. Left foot, well, once again, before we start, have your rope ready. Some of you might need the rope. So rope on the left hand, strong right hip. Bring the left foot up. And then flamingo is basically just catching that foot with the rope or with your hand. Okay, just hold it to your glute there. Core engaged, shoulders, chest open. Maybe use both hands if they're long enough. You've grown your arms to reach your foot there. And then just stand, yeah? Watching your right leg, what it's doing, my right foot, right ankle, right knee, right hip. And then for a little challenge, let's just tip forward. Just perpendicular to the leg or parallel to the ground. 3, 2, lift that rear knee up. And 1, coming back to the center. And then release gently the foot. Suffice it to say that you're allowed to use walls, you're allowed to use chairs, you're allowed to use anything that helps you gain balance and gain confidence. Other side, I'm going to do it facing the same way. I don't know why, but okay, now is the left leg that is going to be engaged. Engage the ankle, knee, hip, and bring that right knee up. Again, you might be using a rope, or you might be using your hand to grab that right foot. Ankle to your glute, maybe both hands, and then just find a nice, strong, or toned body, straight body, your hips, your chest, your shoulders, everything is in concordance. Everything working, the ankle is probably doing the most work now, and that's really good. And then we tip forward, perpendicular to the leg or parallel to the ground. I think this is my weaker leg. Always struggle a little bit more. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to the center. And as you can see, my flamingo spun round. Okay, that's just, each side is different, and you start learning how your different sides are different from each other. Okay, first balance. Second balance. We're going to use the rope again. And this is a 3, we've done this often, 3 poses in the same balance, leg forward, leg to the side, and we'll see what the other one is. So, weight on right leg, left knee up, and then first we're going to do it without the rope, straight forward, straightening the toes, straighten the right leg as far as possible, holding that leg up. 3, 2, 1, bend the knee. Now we can grab with the rope. And now we can stretch it with the help of the arm. Again, lovely stretch of the back of the top leg, strong right leg, and balancing going on here. Opening the leg to the side. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center and release. Other side. First without the rope. Maybe I'll do it facing this way in case it wasn't clear. So all the weight on the left leg, nice and strong. Right knee up. And initially no rope. So right leg straight forward, straightening the toes. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee. Grab the toes with your hand or with the rope. And then now with the head of the help of the arm, it's easier. Now it's more of a stretching and balance pose. Not so much strength. 3, 2, didn't think this through, did I? I need to open to the right. So you stay as you're doing it. I'm just doing it this way so I can now open the leg to the right. Use the wall as I encourage you to help you regain the balance and continue. 2 and 1. Release and out. Okay, so that's half the balance poses, and the other half is one we've done forward where we twist. This one, let's do it slightly at a greater pace. So we're going to grab left foot up with the left hand, left foot, left hand. Once you got it up, we change hands and twist. 3, twist a little bit further, straighten the lower leg, straighten both legs, open the chest. 2, open, and 1, release. Other side, so right hand, right leg. Once it's up, swap the hands, so left hand is on the right leg, and then we twist. Straighten the lower leg, Straighten the upper leg, open the chest. 3, 2, open the chest and release. Okay, great. So I think that does it for balance. We're gonna do a little sequence. Well, it's the sequence, the warrior sequence we do, but we're gonna do it without breath. So let's just find a moment to get our breath back maybe, or just to find our body, standing Tadasana. Maybe close our eyes. Find a moment to come back in ourselves. And open your eyes. And we continue. Okay, let's, as I say, we'll do our warrior sequence a little bit dynamically. So remember what it is. It's going to be, I'll show you and then you can do it maybe without even looking at the screen. So it's going to be warrior 1, warrior 2, back bend, forward, straight legs, back bend, and then triangle pose. Yeah, 6 poses, 6 breaths. So let's start with our right leg up. And then we're going to breathe in, warrior 1. Breathe out, warrior 2. Maybe it's less about the positions and more about the breathing and the feeling. Breathe in, back bend. Breathe out, elbow to knee, forward, lunge. Breathe in, straighten both legs, back bend. Breathe out, triangle pose. Breathe in, warrior 2. Breathe out, warrior 1. Switch feet to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior 2. Breathe in, back bend. Breathe out, forward bend, elbow to knee. Breathe in, straighten both legs, back bend. Breathe out, triangle pose. Breathe in, warrior 2. Breathe out, warrior 1, facing to the front. Okay, so that's one cycle. We'll do it again, and as I say, it's not so much about the poses this time, just about feeling the flow, yeah? So we're gonna start once again, right leg forward. And it's just 6 moves, 6 breaths. So I'll call them out, and if you don't really know too much what it is, keep your eyes closed and just continue. Breathe in, warrior 1, facing front. Breathe out, sideways, warrior 2. Breathe in, back bend. Breathe out, elbow to knee, forward bend. Breathe in, straighten the legs, back bend. Breathe out, triangle pose, forward. Breathe in, warrior 2 to the side. Breathe out, forward, warrior 1. Swapping legs. Breathe in. So breathe in, warrior 1, facing the front of the mat. Breathe out to the side, warrior 2. Breathe in, bending back. Breathe out, bending forward, elbow to knee. Breathe in, straightening the legs, bend back. Breathe out, triangle pose. Breathing in, back to warrior 2. Hands on hips, and we finish. Okay, that was just a nice flowy spine bending. So from there, we'll go back to the ground. We're going to do a back bend, which we don't often do, but let's try it today. It's the camel pose, but we're going to do it in 2 stages. So start toes tucked in, This is going to help later on when we actually come to grab our toes. Now remember, let's do it first. Let's do an exercise and then we'll do the camel. So keeping our toes here, open our arms to the side and breathe out, twist to the left. So we're on our knees, standing on our knees, and we're twisting to the left, arms open. From there, we're going to actually sort of revolve our arms 45 degrees. And that's fine. This is already a twist and a bend. Maybe that left hand can touch the left ankle, which is raised. And if it can, then we actually take the chest further forward and just point the arm up. Yeah, so we're not really doing too much of a back bend now, just a twist, a lovely twist with a gentle back bend. The back bend we're going to try and do by bending the top half. This part here doesn't really need back bending. This one is our natural back bend. So we're trying to do back bending or camel pose and all these is the top part, the thoracic spine. And that's why here I'm not doing anything with my lower back. I'm just raising my arm and my chest forward. Now for a bit more fun, if your lower back is not hurting and you don't feel that anything is, falling apart, we can now open our chest to the sky and really do a back bend here. Still just with one arm back, yeah? And raising the chest to the sky, not so much the tummy forward. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the side, arms to the side, and we release. Maybe rest, maybe come on your ankles. I'm going to turn around so I can do the other one facing the camera as well. So we're going to stand on our knees. If you're very flexible, you can keep your heels down, but I think a lot of us will need to have them raised up just so we can reach them. It's my case. Each one has their own physiognomy. So arms out to the side and then twist to the right. And from there we start again. Arms, aeroplane arms, 45, a little bit more 45 until if it's within your grasp, you grab the right ankle. Once you got the right ankle, you just continue opening the left shoulder up and the chest facing the ceiling. Lower back still nicely and engaged, or the core engaged to protect your lower back. Stretching the arm up, stretching the chest forward and upwards. And then here, if it's within your practice, we open to the side and open to the center, and we start looking at the ceiling. Still aiming to get the chest up while on the back bend. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the side, back to the aeroplane arms, back to the center, and release there. Maybe come down on your heels. We are very careful with these exercises, back bends, because as the years pass, we do tend to have a bad situation with the lower back, the way we've actually used it for whole our life by putting all the weight in the curve and not bending it forward often enough. So let's be careful with this type of practice, especially if you're over the 2020s or 2030s. Right, the second version is going to be the full camel. Yeah, once again, if you are already very flexible, then you're going to keep your heels down so you can go straight back and grab them and then lift forward. There's 3 versions, so that's the most advanced version where you're going to actually put the hands on the heels there. The second version is going to be tucking your toes, where you're going to grab the heels higher up. And the third version, the easiest version, the one I encourage everybody to start with, is hands on the lower back here. So we're going to start by protecting the lower back, having the hands here really strong. And then we're going to start lifting, raising the chest up as opposed to the back, the chest to the back. So I'm going to do my back bend, my camel position, by taking my chest up and trying to bend as much as possible the thoracic spine. the top part of the spine, not the lower part, which doesn't need any encouragement to bend. Okay, and then once you're there, 3 levels. Yeah, you can stay here. You can try and put your hands on the heels, which are high up, or you can put the hands on the heels that are lower down. And then we're going to count to 5, 4. Chest up is the main thing here, rather than bending. 3, 2, and hands back on the lower back as we come out, and we come sitting on our heels, and then just gently bend forward. Okay, that's a nice practice. We don't do it often, but if you enjoy it and you got a very nice strong back and you want to do it again, you know, you can find your own time to do it, but it's something that it's a delicate practice. Right, now we're going to get the blocks, a little bit of core just to change here. So my arms are really not long enough to push myself up and lift my butt off the ground. So I'm going to use blocks, yeah, so I can actually lift myself up. Now what we're going to do here is, if you've got your blocks or your arms are long and you can pull, eventually we're going to try and use the core to lift our legs parallel to the ground, but that's not an easy task. So we're going to start by just basically aiming to roll up our butt back behind us, yeah, and just dragging the feet. That's okay. So breathe out, breathe in, back to the center. Yeah, so all I'm going to do is take my butt back and back forward. So we're going to do that a few times. It's going to strengthen the arms, and also eventually we're going to try and bring these feet higher and higher, and so use some core work. So breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Now last time we're going to hold it up, breathe out, and breathe in. Relax for a moment to just see how you feel, what's actually, you know, working there. And then maybe for the last one, do the same. We can try and bring the legs up completely. And release, maybe a couple of times. And last time. And release. Okay, very powerful practice for the core, but not easy to do. Right, next we're gonna work on the shoulders and relax a little bit, or rest a little bit from that one. So let's put our hands behind our butt here, fingers facing forward, and then we're just gonna do a stretch of the shoulders by straightening the arms, opening the chest, and then moving the butt forward to the point that our shoulders are now being stretched back behind us. And we count 5, 4, straightening the arms, chest forward, looking forward. And to release, we push with our feet back again. Yeah, so we don't actually use our arms in that position. Release the arms. Let's do that one more time. Hands behind. And each person have obviously got a different situation here, yeah, depending on your flexibility. We're gonna go forward one more time and stretch the shoulders. Straighten the arms, chest forward. Maybe facing up. If you're very flexible, you could be actually taking the shoulders right forward and looking up. 3, 2. Remember to come out, we push with our feet, and 1, and we release. And the last one is going to be reverse tabletop, yeah? So now you can actually choose, yeah? You can have your arms facing out, facing back, which is the classical way. Feet on the ground, And now that your shoulders are mobilized, it should be easier to... Now, what I find here, instead of bringing my hips up, I take my hips towards that wall, and I find that helps with the reverse tabletop. So 3, 2, 1, hips towards that wall, and lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Okay, do some bit of swimming for the shoulders. Okay, that's great. So I think we've done most what I wanted to do. Let's just do a lovely relaxing pose to finish with or before the Shavasana. So we're going to do a 90-90. This is the pose. So my left leg is doing a 90-degree angle in front of me. My right leg, I haven't got enough mat here. Oh, I've got the wall here. My right leg is doing the same, but to the side. This is clearly quite unnatural. We cannot, you know, most of us cannot sit here, but that's the idea. The hips are actually in a very exposed situation. So we're going to now face the direction opposite to the right leg. So we're going to face left. We're going to like twist here and then lie down on, well, either first just put the hands down. So we've got this twist, yeah, we've got a twist going on here. Then maybe put the elbows down. And then maybe if you need a, you know, block to hold your leg to your head as you go even deeper into it, or just go straight down, chest to the ground, hand to the ground. And let's just relax there for a few breaths as we twist in this deer pose. Coming out by pushing with the arms, pushing, pushing, pushing. And we swap sides. So now my right leg is going to be 90 degrees, 90-degree angle. Left leg to the side, doing another 90-degree angle. Once again, this is not a very balanced pose, but we're going to actually twist to the right, try and get the chest facing to the right, and then maybe arms just there in the twist, elbows down, or you can lie down on that side and relax for a few breaths. Pushing with your arms as you come out. Release the legs. Find your natural Shavasana. So we're going to lie down now completely. Relax the body. Spend 3 minutes, 5 minutes just lying down, letting the body process all that and just enjoying the silence, the quietness. I encourage you to stay in your Shavasana. It's now 9 o'clock here, European time. I'm going to close the meeting. Please don't get up. Stay in your Shavasana. Enjoy the moment. And thank you for joining. Namaste. We'll see you hopefully Sunday again.